Today we're going to duplicate an object that we have in an object that needs to be duplicated and offset from where the original or one feature is. All right, so as an example, we're going to take this object here, number 15, and we're going to duplicate this part of the part and make this part using both the offset plane and mirroring functions. All right, so just some dimensions right off. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, but we're going to start not from the bottom, but from this line here. So this is only 3 boxes up, 2 boxes up. So this is 0.5 inches, 0.75 inches. This is 7 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. But we're only going to here because again, we're going to pretend this doesn't exist at the moment. So this is 1.75 inches. So we're going to make this as a polygon. All right, so let's do that. So I'm going to start by sketching. I'm going to sketch on the top plane. So I have to click on the plane. Now I choose rectangle. Excuse me, not rectangle, line. I'm going to start here. Again, I click and drag, and then I click again. But now I need to put in the dimension, 1.75 inches. Enter. Now I continue where I left off. This is 0.5 inches, but I first click, then I put in the 0.5 inches. Okay, so this dimension here, where does it go? I don't know. I have no place to click on. So I'm going to click on a random place. And I'm not going to put in a value. I'll just hit enter. So I'm going to accept the value they have, and I'm going to begin the next line. All right, now I know this one needs to end here, parallel to this one, so I'll click down here. But that 0.962 is probably not the dimension I need. If you recall from this, it's this 3 boxes dimension. So that's 0.75, so I'm going to type in 0.75 now. And that adjusted the dimension of the line that I was dimensioning, but then it also changed the dimension of or the final location of this line that I did not know where it should go. Similarly, I'm going to end this line at the origin. And then again, what does this dimension down here need to be? Well, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes long, or 1.25 inches. So I'm going to type in 1.25 and watch. It's going to obviously change the dimension of the line I was just drawing, but it's also going to reposition this. And so I did not need to know where this final location was or have a point in space. I just needed to dimension the other two to constrain it. All right, I'm now going to finish the sketch by clicking on the check mark. I'm going to click on this. I don't know if I have the right orientation. I don't think I do, so I'm going to click on that. Click on that again. Okay. All right, so let's zoom in. Now let's extrude it. So I'm going to click on the object. If you recall, it's 1 box high, so I'm going to extrude it 0.25 inches. I'm going to extrude. Again, I'm new or adding, and at 0.25 inches. Enter, and then click on the check mark to finish the sketch. Okay, so we need a hole in here, as is shown here. Remember, we're going to go from this line here, not all the way there from the bottom. So we're going to come up 1, 2, 3 boxes are 0.75 inches for the center in this direction. All right, but where is it centered in this direction? Well, this is 1.25 inches wide, and it's in the center of that, or 0.625 inches away from this edge. And last of all, what's the diameter? 1, 2, 3 boxes are 0.75 inches. So watch, we're going to click on the top surface and zoom in. We're going to choose the sketch tool. I'm going to click on this plane, the top plane. I'm now going to click on the circle tool. I'm going to draw this in some random location. I'm going to type in the dimension 0.75 inches, enter. But I did not choose, probably the right location. I just randomly clicked the center. So what I'm now going to do before I click on Finish Sketch is I'm going to come over to the Dimension tool. And I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click on the center first, and then on the line below here, at the bottom of this object. If you recall, this was 0.75 inches, so I clicked, dragged, then clicked again. Now I'm going to type in my dimension, 0.75, enter. And notice what my dimension just did. It changed where the location of the center was in that vertical direction. So I'm now going to do the same. The dimension tool is still lit up. So I'm going to click on the center and then this edge this time, and then drag down. I want this horizontal dimension. You may recall that it was 0.625. So I dragged and then clicked and then typed in the dimension, and look at it, adjusted the center of the circle to where I needed it to be. Now I could click on the check mark to finish the sketch. All right, so let's rotate this so we get a three-dimensional view. Let's zoom in to see where. So what I did is I moved my wheel to zoom. I'm going to hit the control key, the right mouse button to drag, and it looks like this might be on the bottom. So you want to find out where the circle ended up so then you can extrude it. So I'm going to click on the circle first, and I'm going to click on the extrude tool. I want to remove. Oh, it thought that was removed, but I'm going to grab the arrow and bring it up this way. And now I'm going to type in how much the hole depth of the hole is, 0.25 inches, enter. And now I click on check. Let's see, let's pan over. This seems to be blocked. So somehow it didn't like that. 0.25 inches, enter. Yep, now it likes it. And now I'm going to hit enter. And now I have a nice hole in that space. Okay. So let's flip it around. Zoom in. Okay, so now I have something that looks like this, slightly different orientation. But now let's create a copy of it. All right, so there is 1, 2, 3 boxes between this plane and this plane. If I was to mirror this one and make a mirror image of it. So I'm going to put a offset plane in between them. And since this is 0.75 inches apart, I'm going to put a mirror plane halfway in between, or 0.375 inches away. So what you do is you click on the object, the face, right click, click on offset plane in this large list. In face of extrude, click in that blue box. Now click, and you'll see that there's a plane now created. Now type in the dimension, 0.375, enter, and then click the check mark to finish it. So now I have a plane that's 0.375 inches higher up than the surface. Now I can mirror this bottom part and create a copy of it. So I click on the mirror function, which is right here in the center. You want to choose part mirror, not feature or face. Part mirror. This is the part you want. Then you need to click in the pink section here, mirror plane, and tell it what plane. So let's go back up part, click on the part you want to mirror, then click on mirror plane and tell it what plane you want to mirror. If the plane is not highlighting as if you're choosing it, then something's wrong. So let's start part mirror again. Let's choose the part. Let's click in mirror plane. There, now it seems to be highlighting. Now click enter. Whoops, that didn't work. Okay, so let's undo that. Okay, let's choose the mirror function again. Part mirror. What's the entity that I'm mirroring? This. What's the mirror plane? Okay, so it seems to not know what part I'm referring to. Good, this is the mirror plane. Okay, so see, that did it in the wrong direction. So let's try that again. So again, we've chosen part mirror. We need to choose the part that we're mirroring. Mirror plane. So again, I don't think we chose the part. Now we need to choose the mirror plane. Nope, still didn't get it. Okay, so let's choose the part again. Choose the mirror plane. I think we're having trouble choosing the part. All right, I think what I'm going to do is undo this and change the orientation here. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Okay, so let's zoom in. See if we can stand this up a little bit. Nope, not that direction. Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay, so I'm going to choose the mirror function, part mirror, entities to mirror, then the mirror plane. Excellent. Okay, so I think maybe one of my problems is when I'm choosing the plane, I'm going too close to the edge. So now you want to click on the check mark to finish. And now you can see that we have two mirrored objects the right distance apart. Well, thank you for listening.